Hello, hello, and welcome. We are back for Open Mic Live and going to be doing something different. I'm not sure if this is going to work or not, but we'll see. We shall see how this goes. But first, as always, a word from our sponsor.
At InDigital, we know the public safety professionals hold themselves to a high standard. In fact, standard doesn't do it justice. In over 25 years working alongside you, carrying millions of calls over our IP networks, your dedication has inspired us. That's why our ESINet goes beyond industry standards, not only i3 compliant, but designed to adapt to future development for a network you can count on when it matters most. Learn more at indigital.net.
Have you ever met a 911 professional and asked, what's the worst call you've ever taken? Well, here's your answer. I heard your last breath the night you flipped your four-wheeler. I tried to call you the day you committed suicide by driving your car into a tree. Blue face, cold to the touch. I helped you with CPR after you found your infant face down, not breathing. It messed me up. I did everything I could, but it wasn't enough. You were with me from the beginning, Grandma. 27 years later, I took the 911 call when you died. How fitting to be there for me in the beginning, and I was there for you in the end. I miss you, Grandma. I am 911. This is but a glimpse into the world of emergency dispatch. But what is it really like to answer a call during someone's nightmare? What is the impact on the first responder answering the call? From Titletown Publishing, and available on Amazon or where you purchase your favorite books and ebooks. Imagine listening. Your worst day is our everyday.
If Within the Trenches has ever taught you something, open your eyes to what it is like to be a 911 dispatcher, or has inspired you to become one, then help support us and join our Patreon. Get exclusive bonus content, one-of-a-kind swag, discounts on merchandise, ad-free early access to new episodes, and much more. To join, please visit patreon.com/WTT podcast. And if you're an industry partner, we have something for you as well. And now, for the show.
This is Jordan, and you're listening to the Code 7 Podcast Network.
Warning. This episode contains the 3 A's of podcasting: adult content, adult language, and awesomeness. You've been warned.
Dispatch.
There is no one over here to cook our lunch. We are waiting for our lunch, and there's no one here to cook our lunch.
All right, calm down. Where are you at?
The group home. Now, what are you going to do?
We'll get some help over there for you, okay?
Welcome to Open Mic, where we visit the lighter side of dispatch, because laughing is good medicine. Yo, what is going on? Good evening and welcome back to Open Mic Live. I'm trying something a little different. So if you follow me on Instagram, I am live on Instagram now as well. So I've got Facebook, YouTube, and X, as well as Instagram, the WTT Podcast Instagram account. Apparently, I'm looking at it over here. It looks like there's a delay, so it's weird seeing myself over here moving around, and then over on the other screen, the delay part. So we'll see how it goes. I can see the all the comments and everything over on my other screen for Instagram. So I've got them all going right now, because I use StreamYard for everything that I'm doing. And they finally added a way to do this on Instagram. So it seems to be working well. Like I can see it over there, and it seems to be doing okay. So who knows? I think it's all right. We'll see what happens. If you're on Instagram, just like say hello. just so that I know that it's working. It looks like there might be a 10 to 15 second delay over there. So, good evening, as I said. Welcome back. Welcome back. And how warm are you, depending on where you're at? Um, it's pretty freaking cold over here where I am. And in the room that I'm in currently, it is super cold. But luckily, I've got uh this sweatshirt, hooded sweatshirt on right now, and actually it's a new one. It's one that I just posted. There you go, right there. It came out really well, man. It's really good. It's super nice. This one is a Bella Canvas one. It's super soft. So I'll have to post it up here in just a moment. But hello, everyone. And where are you watching from? Where are you? It looks like in the comments people are saying, but over here on Instagram as well, where are you watching from? And roll call, as we always do with Open Mic Live. Roll call. Where are you watching from? But also, what is your number? On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being shitty, 10 being awesome, how are you feeling? How are you doing? I'm coming in at like an 8, mostly because I didn't get a lot of sleep. But what's the difference, you know? Um hopefully I'll get some sleep tonight, but that's what I'm coming in at. And it's been pretty good. It looks like we've got some good numbers coming in here. Let me look back over here in in the comments. Hello, Amy. Hello, Chase. What is going on? Carly, what up? Hello from Frozen over in Wyoming. Damn. Um, let's see. This is basically what having ADD is like. Yes, yes, exactly. I've got all of the 2 different monitors and all the different platforms going. Usually, I would have my phone set up, like, right over here, and, that would be the TikTok one. So now I can do it where I would be able to do all of them. I don't know that I actually wanna do that, but I might try it. I might try it next week because I haven't done a live one on TikTok in a while, so I should. I should do that. All right, let me see over here. Stephanie, -8 feels like -27 in Illinois. Jeez. Chase, -9. Cindy, what's going on from Wisconsin as well. Erica, 55 in Florida, but not the same as a 55 everywhere else. Yeah, exactly. Yes. I still take it, man. I'll take it. 27 in Connecticut. Amy says numbers coming in 10, 10, 9 out of 10. Awesome. Kentucky. Oh, yeah. Let's see. Shar, what's going on? We have warmed up to whoa. My homie from Alberta. That's pretty cold as well. Let me look at my watch here. So it is 1 degree here where I'm at. 1 single degree, but I'm sure the feels like is below it's below 4 degrees, something like that. Huh? Yeah, dude. Super cold. What the hell? Well, everyone stay warm. Do what you can. And dude, Florencia, what's going on? Wyoming as well. Snaps. Dude, everyone is in areas that are super damn cold. Angie, -14 without a windshield, Southwest Wisconsin. What? Cindy, we're in a cold advisory. So, yeah, where I'm at right now as well, they were mentioning the same thing that overnight it is going to get to just like crazy cold weather. Life-threatening cold is what it said. And I remember a few years ago, and I think it was in multiple areas, but especially where I'm at here in Indiana, it was, and this is several years ago now. I was still working at in digital at the time, but it was cold enough that they were saying that you cannot be outside for more than 5 minutes or it's going to be really bad. Like frostbite will start setting in. And the thing that sucked was that that week, the company that I was working for, um, we had meetings that we were going to be doing, and we had people that were flying in, and some people that were flying in from the south, where it was a bit warmer. Um, so that happened. And I remember some of us showing up at the meeting place there together, getting out of the car and just what? Like, it was super, super, super cold, but it was worth it. Like, the meetings were actually really productive. It was actually really good, but it was bad. Like, it was just straight from the car to the building and trying to stay warm, as much as possible. So, all of that was going on. I'm not the only one that's dealing with some crazy cold weather. How are you guys doing, though? How's everything been? How's the week been? It has been super busy for me. There's a lot of different things that I have been, creating, putting out there, new episodes, all this other stuff that's going on, and, it's been pretty good. It's been productive, but again, it has just been it's been really busy. It's been nuts, and I've been going through inboxes, trying to respond to everybody as fast as possible, trying to get the new merch up and everything else, and, booking classes, speaking spots, and a lot of other things, you know oh, well, I'll get to this other part here, in a moment. So, let me look at my notes here really quick. Let's see, Carly says, "I'm visiting family, but I chose the wrong time of the year." Yeah, dude, it's super cold over there. All right, let me see here. So, one of the first things that I wanna mention, so episode 526 went out. Very, very good episode. That was with Rihanna out of, Salt Lake Valley Communications Center. It was a long one, so I was, saying that was a long one is what I meant. Um, the episode was phenomenal, man. If you have not checked it out yet, please do. I posted up some, notable quotes, for that as well, and, those are out there. I'm gonna add them to LinkedIn and, Circled as well. So that has been good. Episode 527 is going to be coming out as well. That is already out for subscribers of the podcast, and that's with Hannah out of Florida. And Doug says, "Say that 3 times fast." Yeah, I'm probably gonna bite. I'll bite my lip. Shar says, "Thank you. Hopefully, we are finally climbing out of this." Someone really ticked off Elsa. Yeah, dude, she's mad. She's not letting it go. I'm sorry. I had to go there. I had to do that one. Um, so again, 527 is out there for subscribers of the podcast. And thank you, all of you, whether you're subscribers or just watching, listening, supporting, and sharing. I appreciate you very, very much. And also, those who send stars on Facebook, thank you very, very much. I appreciate that as well. We got a few new subscribers on the podcast. And for subscribers, if you're on Patreon, okay, I'm going to put this up on the screen right now as I'm talking about this. Um, here we go. Boom. All right. So this is some of the new merch that I already put up. We've got a hooded zip up there with the I am 911 logo, just like this here. And I've got a classic 911 emergency dispatcher t-shirt. The look and feel of that shirt right there, it's basically a spin of the Dispatch Cola one, because that's where I first started using the established in 1968. And that was a few years back, but I wanted to do another one that had more of like a classic car type design. So a nod to that one, but also like a classic car. So that big 68 that's right there and everything. For me, it would be a 1968 Camaro. Oh God, that would be for me, that would be the car. Another one is the 64 Impala, right? With hydraulics, but a 1968 Camaro, jet black with white racing stripes. Oh, yep. That's what I'm talking about right there. So, oh, Chase Have a good one. Have a good shift, man. Check you later. Um, and also, I'm glad you got your. I think I saw it in there. Yes, I'm glad that you got your account back. Danielle says, I may have left 911, but 911 hasn't left me. I'll be buying some merch. Yes. All right. Awesome. That's right. Once dispatch, always dispatch. And that version of the classic, I have it written in there as a classic dispatcher t-shirt or classic dispatch t-shirt. I'm also doing one that says retired. A lot of people have asked, when are you going to do a retired, t-shirt or something like that? I'm going to do a version like that, but it's gonna say retired on it. Or it'll say retired at the bottom, take leave the emergency up on top, and then on the bottom, put retired. Or, um, I'll end up putting retired and then, like, vintage or vintage up on top and then retired on the bottom. I don't know. One of those I wanna do. I'm probably gonna do all 3 and post them up to see what all of you think, and then you will choose the one that I end up using. I think that'll be good. That'll be fun to do. It'll be good to have, all of you see those and then, choose which one. So down to the bottom, bottom left-hand corner is the hooded sweatshirt. That's the one that I'm wearing right now. And then to the right, you've got Indiana, which is a revamp of the Indiana one from the original one that I did, Michigan and Florida. So those are the 3 so far that I have. And usually the one color ones are the ones that I do here at home. But because there are so many different colors, I thought, why not start it with this first? And then as I build up more stock, those are the ones that I will do here because I'm doing just like the single color ones here from home. And then the multiple color ones, I'm going through a third party to do it that way. But the Sons of Dispatch, Imagine Listening, all of those shirts I will still do here by hand with my print press and all of that. But all the different color, multicolored designs, and then the multicolored um, garments, those are the ones that are going through the third party right now. So those are always in stock. That's what's good about it as well, is they're always in stock. So um, make sure to check it out. Go to the store, check it out there and everything. Um, I will, let me see if I can pull this up really quick while I'm doing all of this so that it doesn't take away from the tab that's over here on Instagram or anything like that. Well, all I'm going to do really is put in the link. There you go. So if you don't have the link right there, and I'm going to add it over here too for Instagram. And boom, there it is. All right. Now I got it in all the spots. Everything should be good now. But I just wanted to show all of you the new merch and everything that's in there. Also, if you are a patron of the podcast, if you're a subscriber through Patreon and you have a discount code, which those subscribers they end up getting discount codes because they on Facebook, it's like 99 cents a month for, bonus content and all this other stuff, but for discounts on merch and all the other things, that's over on Patreon. And if you have a discount code, as of right now, the items that you currently see on the screen, that discount code doesn't work for this. So be patient with me because I have to go in there to the third party and fix that, and then it'll work. So bear with me there. I mean, if you don't want to use your code, you don't have to, but I would recommend waiting. So either way, I just wanted to get that out there and show that. And yeah, there it is. So thank you for checking that out, for being here with me for that moment. And now I want to share a story with you. And I posted this video already, but I'm going to post this video here and like I said, share this with you because this was so much fun to do, man. This was so much fun. And my daughter and I had a lot of fun doing this. So I want to share this story with you first before I play this. Actually, let me go ahead and play this and then I'll tell you the story. How about that? Let's do that. All right, here we go. I got to switch over the audio so that you can actually hear it. All right, here we go.
Hi, my name is Lola, and you're listening to the Code 7 Podcast Network. I said it. Booyah.
This is Ricardo with the Code 7 Podcast Network.
Hi, my name is Lola, and you're listening to the Code 7 Podcast Network. Yes, I did it. Booyah.
Yeah!
I did
Well
it.
done. Well done. Oh, man. That was awesome. That was so much fun to do. So let me go into this here with all of you. 10 years ago or 11 years ago. No, 11 years ago. Something like that. What was it? Years ago. So this anniversary popped up just a couple days ago. And I'm sorry. It popped up a few days ago and I thought, man, I want to recreate this. So here's what happened. All of those years ago, 10 years ago, I was just out of dispatch. It was probably like 6 months out of dispatch. I was now working for InDigital and I was creating a bunch of different things and I had all of the intros, right? But Lola, who was like 2 years old at the time, is sitting there and she's watching me do this and stuff, and I've got my microphone up here and I'm recording things, and she ends up like getting up on my lap, and I'm holding her by her waist as she's standing up. And I thought, it would be funny and cute to see if she would do this. Like, because I mean, at that age, kids are like a sponge, right? And parrots, they just parrot you. And or if you say this, they're like, trying to say it or whatever. And that's what I wanted to do. So if you look um like right here, right, all of these little pieces, it was all I put it all together. So I recorded it all in one shot. And I said, "All right, mija," which in Spanish, mija is like little girl, or it's a term of endearment. It's like my little girl, um, and for a boy, it's mijo. So I was like, "All right, mija." I was like, this is what I want you to do, or this is what I need you to do. Um, Say hi, and then she would say it. My name is, and then she would say it and would continue. So we did that piece by piece by piece, and then I cut it, took out, of course, me saying what I, for her to say, and the whole time she's like smiling and she's laughing, and we're both just laughing. We're just dying. And we get through the whole thing. We get to the end, and her laugh, just like I have it written there, she laughs. And, she goes, "Yay, I did it. Booyah." No idea where that came from. That was all her. So it popped up and I played it, and, my youngest, Olivia, who's 7, she's like, "Who's that?" She goes, "Is that Lola?" And I said, "Yeah, that's Lola." And I was working on a couple things, and I could see that Lola could see, who Lola's 12 now, that that the wheels were turning in my head, and I'm waiting for her to say something, and she goes, "You want to recreate this, don't you?" And I said, "Yes, I do." So, I got everything set up. I brought her in, and I was like, "Let's take some pictures and stuff because this is cool. This is a cool thing to document." And I had my son Logan come in, and he was the one working the camera to get it just right where we were at, and I'm, directing him around and everything. And then we went ahead and did it. I'm gonna have to, maybe I should do a blooper reel too, because we did it a couple times. And she's like, "Oh, I don't think I got it." And I said, just read it all in one thing. You got it. You're okay. You're good. It's basically the same way, when she was small. And it was fun to go through that. And then, like I said, we took the pictures and everything. And I'm just gonna play the last part again. And I swear to you, all of you, I probably watched this back like 100 times. I don't know. It was a lot of times that I played it back. And I sat here in the room by myself, like tearing up. I was like, "It's my baby girl." All right, here it is.
Hi, my name is Lola, and you're listening to the Code 7 Podcast Network. Yes, I did it. Booyah.
Yeah.
I did
Well
it.
done. Well done. Oh, there it was. That was so good, man. So much fun. I just wanted to share all of that with you and to share that story because it's one that I will never forget. I've told her about it many times. There's actually a picture of her when she is, I don't know, maybe 7 months old, something like that. She's sitting on my lap, and the picture I took it from behind because her back is facing me. She was sitting in my lap while I was on my laptop, trying to figure out the original um, intro, same intro that I have now for Within the Trenches podcast. But she was sitting there with me while we were going through it, and she has headphones on. They weren't plugged in or anything, but I had headphones on and she wanted the headphones, so I put a pair of headphones on her. And I'll have to share the picture on social media, but it was a lot of fun. And after she did it, I let her listen to it back, and I said, "Dude, you got a good voice." I was like, "That was really fun." She goes, "It was fun. I was nervous." But it was really, really good. And thank you for, in the comments and everything. Thank you. Adorable for sure. It was a lot of fun, like I said. And yes, Carly, wonderful, memories to have. It was excellent. So the next thing that I want to share with you all, it is something that I did this 11 years ago. Okay. Wait, David says she definitely needs to be the new opening voice. Yeah, that would be awesome, right? We'll see what she says. She can probably, so the room that I'm in right now, she's across the hallway. So she can probably hear me right now. She's probably looking up at the ceiling in her room going, I'll probably hear about it tomorrow. So this next video that I want to play for all of you is something that I did 11 years ago during my master's program for new media journalism. And as all of you know, everything that I do started out. Let me switch this here. There you go. Everything that I do started out because of the struggle that I had in dispatch, that everything that was going on during that time. And the other thing about it though was that a lot of people who I would talk to, especially when I would just go get my hair cut, were always asking about dispatch. As soon as I would say where I worked, they wanted to know. You know what that's like. They wanted to know the worst call, the craziest call, whichever. And I decided to, instead of getting annoyed or whatever, like, oh man, people are always asking that. Instead, I switched my mindset and decided I'm going to take this opportunity to educate the public. So I'm going to write about my calls first. And it was therapeutic for me to do so. And then I started sharing them, started talking. Others started talking as well. Then the master's program comes in. And the very first version of Within the Trenches, Imagine Listening, the I Am 911 movement, all of that started in 2010, a college project. And then what I'm about to show you, a college project, 2012. I think it was 2012. 11 years ago, whatever it was. I can't think right now. But that's where all of this started. I wanted to be able to not only help others share their stories, leave some sort of mark on this profession, leave it in a better place than I found it, so that we could all start talking more about the shit that we go through, the calls that we take, and also educate the public on what it is that you do. So that's what I started doing. And this right here was one of the projects. Now, I'm going to be posting something that I filmed as well about 6 months ago. 6 months ago, I was in Florida and I got the chance to go to the Polk County Sheriff's Office. And I got to interview the amazing Sheriff Grady Judd. This gentleman right here. I got to interview him and it was awesome. And then I got to interview one of his 911 professionals, Jennifer, and I was filming there at the center because 6 months ago, I started planning. Because one of the things that I've been doing is, of course, sharing stories, going to dispatch centers, teaching, all of it. And that is what I'm going to continue doing for 2024. Not just the stories for the podcast, but when I go to different dispatch centers to teach, because I have an 8-hour class that I've been booking throughout for the rest of this year and beyond, I'm also going to be recording episodes with the dispatchers and showing, as long as it's okay, right? Because not all dispatch centers allow this. But I know a lot of directors across the entire country. And to go teach, but then also to share more of their stories. I've been planning this for the past 6 months. And I posted something yesterday as an example. And I'm just super excited to be able to continue doing this, but also to have your support and your trust to come in, not only teach your folks, but also share your stories. What I've been doing for over a decade now, over a decade. And it has been an honor to be able to do it. You have no idea. It has been an honor and a privilege. And I don't take any of those things lightly. Because you could all easily be like, fuck you, dude. Like, we're not going to talk to you. We're not going to share our stories with you. But you have shared. We've shared together, especially in those Imagine Listening sessions. And that's why I love doing all of that with all of you, especially this too, open mic. So thank you. I appreciate it. So here's this video. Again, I posted this and let me look over here on Instagram really quick. Fletch, what's going on, man? Greetings from Clearwater, Florida. Thanks for what you do. Thank you, bro. I appreciate it. It also says doing one goes hand in hand with the other. It's all about education and awareness. Yes. I want to say something really quick. When I started doing all of this stuff, there were several people who helped me out. In Digital was the main one. And then a gentleman named Ron as well helped me out. And Fletch, when I got to my first national conference, which was in Charlotte, North Carolina, we were right next to each other doing these episodes. And I'm pretty sure it was the week before that, the I was talking with Fletch on the phone, I think it was, and we were sharing different tips or whatever, and I end up going to that conference, and again, he and I were right next to each other, and I remember he was just kinda telling me all the stuff because I had no idea. I had no idea that Nina had a mothership. What I thought was that, um, every state just had their own chapter. The same with, the other organization. This is the same, Nina and APCO and stuff. I thought they just had state chapters. I didn't realize there was a mothership. I didn't know. I wasn't informed. I did not know. So I remember we were there. I remember he and I left that venue, and I think we went to pick up some fast food or something, and we were just talking and talking and talking. And bro, I probably talked your ear off because I had so many damn questions. But we had an awesome week, and we have been good friends ever since. And I've not really said this live because I've never wanted to put myself out there for it because I just wanted to do something good and be a part of something. But when everything started with Mr. Hank Hunt and Carrie's Law, Fletch called me out of nowhere because he knew I was a graphic designer as well. And he says, "Hey, you think you can help with something?" And I said, "Yeah, man, what?" And then he mentioned everything that was going on, and I quickly went to work, created a logo for their No 9 Needed campaign and sent it off. And I said, "Just don't tell anybody that I did it." 'Cause I don't know, I just wanted to do something good. I didn't need any credit for it or anything. And we stuck to it. Here's the thing, though. I was in a session when I very first met Mr. Hank Hunt, who's an awesome person. If you don't know who he is, you should. And his daughter, Carrie, the whole story, Carrie's Law, which Fletch was a big part of that as well. And I met Hank. I think this was the NINA conference. It was in San Antonio. I think it was 2017, maybe something like that. And we met. And then I went to a session with him, and I was sitting up front, and I didn't know he was going to do this. But he ends up mentioning that I was the one who did the logo. And I was like, "Oh, damn it." But he did it because he knew. He knew that I really didn't want any of the credit for it or anything. I was just doing a good deed. And but he wanted to personally thank me. And I remember him saying, this person doesn't know that I'm going to do this. And I'm like kind of looking around as I'm sitting up front. I was like, who's he talking about? And then he mentioned it. I was like, oh no. But and the reason I had said, oh no, was because I started to get emotional, man. And he knew it. But he wanted to say thank you. And I appreciated it. But it all goes back to Fletch. He's the one who introduced us and helped me out with a lot of different tips and a lot of different things that was going on during that time. And I'll always be grateful for that, man. Thank you. I appreciate it more than you know. More than you know. I hope you guys have a good time out there in Clearwater. I was going to go, but I will not be attending this year, which kind of sucks because right across the street, if anybody is there for the NINA Standards and Best Practices Conference, if any of you are there, just down the street and right across, like not even a 5-minute walk, is the Hulk Hogan Beach Shop. I know, I'm a nerd, dude. I'm a nerd, but it's there. And last year, good friend Roxy Van Gundy, her and I went to dinner, and we went to the store after dinner. And I bought an NWO shirt. I almost bought a championship belt, dude. We heard someone in the back, and I thought, oh, what if it's him? I was like, what if it's that dude? But it wasn't. It wasn't him. But also, it just missed a signing. There was a signing that had happened there along with Jimmy Hart. Okay, now I'm nerding out into wrestling and stuff. But anyway, I just wanted to say all of that and just to say thank you, man. I appreciate it. I really do, and I always will. We always have fun when we get together and we start talking shit. But we go way back, man. We go back a long time. And it has been an excellent one. And thank you, everybody, the kind words that are here in the comments as well. I appreciate it. So let me play this video, all right? And you get to see what I am talking about. Again, this was 11 years ago, but also a preview into what I'm going to be doing, again, as I go and teach and just continue to share stories. This is what I've been doing ever since. And it's been an experience that I really, at times, I can't put into words. It's the same. It's like the same thing when we do the Imagine Listening sessions. It's hard to put into words, but it's been awesome. So here we go.
My name is Whitney Wilson. I've been a 911 dispatcher for 6 years, and I've spent the last 2 with Allegan County Central Dispatch. My job as a 911 dispatcher consists of both emergency and non-emergency telephone calls, officer safety caution, and we also run a lot of lean traffic, which would be your warrant checks, your driver's license status, and just other kind of background information on suspects or callers. The thing that interests me most about being a 911 dispatcher would have to be the fast pace of the calls. You can go anywhere from spending 20 seconds on the phone with somebody and having to put them on hold and take the next 911 call, or you could have a really in-depth call where you could be on the phone with a suicidal subject or somebody that may be lost and injured in a location that nobody can find for 20 to 50 minutes sometimes. I do the job that I do because it's something that not everybody can do. You have to be able to talk to a caller who's just woken up and their spouse is deceased next to them. You have to be able to talk to a mother and calm her enough to tell her how to do CPR on her own newborn child. And that's what makes me come to work every day, is knowing that I will be able to help somebody by the end of my shift.
Yeah, there it is. That is just a glimpse, just a look into a lot of the stuff that I'm going to be doing for 2024. And I'm excited to continue to be able to share these amazing stories, remarkable people, all of you, what you do. Your stories matter, man. They really do. And this one right here is my good friend Whitney. During this time I was her supervisor. Okay. Allegan County Central Dispatch. And like I said, this was a project for school. And I ended up recording this. And I said, I'm going to be recording a bunch of B-roll and I need to I need to get you typing. And she's like, "What do you want me to type?" And I was like, "I don't know." I said, "Just type something in one of our logs there just so that I can get it." And so we were doing all of that stuff and then we end up going into the room so that we can record. And I remember we had done a couple different versions of that interview, and it was just something really short. Because here's the thing, 11 years ago, when I was in college for my master's in new media journalism, they were telling us, you're going to learn about B-roll, you're going to learn about how to create content this way, because sometime in the future, everyone is going to be doing the same thing. And at the time, a minute and a half to 2 minutes was the time limit that we needed to create these stories. But they were telling us that soon enough, those stories, the time limit was going to be shorter, like 30 seconds, 15 seconds. And I remember a lot of us in class, and of course this was all online, but I remember a lot of us in class were saying, what? Like, people are going to be creating like what? And that's exactly what happened. So I've basically been doing this since the beginning of all this content creation, right? So again, 11 years ago I did this. And I put it out there. I sent this remaster to Whitney because we're still good friends. I still go back every so often to Allegan to visit, just to sit and listen and visit and meet some of the new folks that are there. It is so much fun to go back, but also because if somebody calls in, I can't be held over for overtime. So, um, that that's a good thing too. But I swear, every time I go in there, if the phone is ringing, like I want to go and pick it up. And I still have a few friends there and like from when I was there. And of course when Whitney gets in there, she's like, "You want to jump on there, Ricky, huh?" And I'm like, "Yeah, dude, like I do. I want to jump in." Of course I don't. I might do like a status check or something on if it's an officer that I know because they know my voice. And they'll say hello or whatever over the radio. But I sent that video to her yesterday, and a while later, she sent me a message back saying that her kids loved it. At the time, she didn't have kids, but it's really cool to go back and see that a lot of it was stuff that I'm doing now is what I was doing back then, but I've continued to do it. I've evolved, and I just keep continuing to do more and more things. But again, 6 months ago, when I was in Florida, I filmed there because I had already been starting to plan what I was gonna be doing for 2024, and it's gonna start kicking in here sooner than you think. So stay tuned for that. Oh, that was so much fun, man. It was really cool to do, and I'm excited to continue to do it and go into other centers and see how they do things. Of course, again, as long as it's allowed, because not a lot of centers allow people to film in there, okay? So, we'll see. Either way, I'm gonna be going to dispatch centers to teach my 8-hour class, or, splitting it up into 4 hours or whichever, and, recording episodes. So, there's a lot of places that I'm already getting into and booking, and then others that are sending in for, inquiries, especially after this video went out. I was like, "What?" I was like, "Yeah, well, this was 11 years ago," but it's still stuff that I'm doing and, continuing to do. So I'm excited. Super excited. And the one that I filmed at Polk County Sheriff's Office, that's going to be coming out either tomorrow or Tuesday. So look out for that there. Either way, exciting stuff, man. Exciting stuff. Super good. All right. Let me look back over here. And so I shared the audio already for episode 525. If you've not had a chance to see it, make sure to do so. That was the open mic portion of the Imagine Listening session that was done in Arkansas. That one was a lot of fun as well. Make sure to check those out because some of those stories on there, I just thought, yeah, there was some on there that even after. So here's the thing. Sometimes after I have put the episode out there, it's gone live. I end up thinking, should I have taken that one out? Should I have taken this out? Because some of those you're like, I don't know. But they're good. They're good. They're really good. Erica says, "Oh snap, that's right. Oh snap, indeed. Yes, good times, good times." Um, one of the other things that I wanted to look at that I mean, there's only like 9 minutes left, if that, 8.5 minutes, something like that, and we still haven't fully gone through these nuisance calls. So you know what? I'm gonna take these last 9 minutes to go through some of these. I did read them, but we didn't truly discuss them. So get on your keyboard on your phone, keyboard on your phone. It's not a BlackBerry. Although Blackberries were badass. And if you had a Blackberry, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Those things were cool. And I think if you have an iPhone, someone recently put something out there that you can, it's like a case, but it plugs into your phone as well. And it has like a BlackBerry keyboard on the bottom. And you can type it in and do that. That was pretty cool. Um, I don't remember what I was gonna say now. Uh, oh, I was just gonna say, any comments that you have, get ready to type them in. What the hell is going on? Oh, geez, that's funny. Okay. You know what? There was this video too, though, that I saw that I kind of wanted to play too. I don't know if I can find it. And actually, you know what? Let me see if I can find that first because it was pretty funny, and I wanted to see what what you think about this. Okay. Um, let's see. I think it was. Oh, what was it? It was. It's a video where someone gets pulled over, and okay, here it is. Now, I'm sure this is fake, okay? But it's funny. So let me see here. Let me see if I can share this. All right. So the audio should go through. But if for some reason the audio doesn't go through, like let me know, okay? All right, let me see here. Okay, here we go.
First name,
Frida.
last name.
Go, ma'am.
You're free to go, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Have a great
Wait,
day.
what? What?
That's
I'm
fake,
sorry,
right?
I know I was cheating.
First name,
Frida.
last name.
Go, ma'am.
You're free to go, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Have a great
Wait,
day.
what? What?
Okay. So she says it's so stupid. This person gets pulled over. And the video that I saw has captions on it so that you can actually read it. So I'm just going to put in the comments here, what her name is. So this is the name that she says. So for whatever reason, if the audio didn't come through, which it should have, this is what she said her name was. All right. So I put that in there. Now, for those who are watching and listening, could you hear it? Like, could you hear what she said? I just want to make sure that you could hear it. So I'm going to wait a couple seconds for someone to respond. Yes, you could hear it. Okay. I know this is probably fake. I just thought it was funny. And I because there's always like different names or whatever. I just wanted to see what you thought. I want to see what you thought. I'm going to play it again. And
Officer, I'm sorry. I know I was speeding.
First name,
Frida.
last name.
Go, ma'am.
You're free to go, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Have a great
Wait,
day.
what?
it's so stupid. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing it. How stupid is that? Yeah, it's really dumb, right? But I wonder. I wonder if that's something that someone has actually done or attempted to do. For them to say, "Can I get your name?" It's Frida. Last name Go Ma'am. Frida Go Ma'am. Yes, Carly, yes. Makes for a good giggle. Let's see. Shar says, but someone saw it and tried it. Yes, most likely someone saw it, someone tried it, and the officer is probably like, yeah, no, that's not going to work. No. Negative. Yeah, there was a radio station that they used to do that. They used to go and say different names. Like they would go into, let's just say, like a Walmart or something, and they would go up to someone and say, "Can you page a person for me? I can't find them, and I know they're in the store, and I'm just going to wait for them up front. But is it possible for you to page them?" And I mean, I haven't seen people do this in a long time, right? But or I haven't been around while it's happened. But this was something that they would do, and they would play this on the radio live as they're there at Walmart or whatever store, and they would go up there and they would say, we're searching for a Mehoff, last name Mehoff, first name of Jack, or last name of Lube Job, first name Nita. No, Anita, that's what it was. Anita was the first name. Last name was Lube Job. It was so stupid. So stupid. But it was always hilarious to listen to this radio show. They're still on right now. They're in Grand Rapids, Michigan, and they're called the Free Beer and Hot Wing Show. If you've never heard them, check them out because they're pretty funny. So now we've only got a couple of minutes, but maybe I'll just wait on this. They're pretty much the same things that a lot of people end up. You know what I should do? I should ask for all of you. And I know it's going to be January 15th tomorrow. But for you to think of what were your top 10 nuisance calls of 2023? So out of Vancouver, the number 10 was the barber gave them a bad haircut. What? Like, people do that? Let me tell you a story. And you know what? We're going to end this with this story. With number 10, the number 10 nuisance call of 2023 out of Vancouver was that the barber gave them a bad haircut. Years ago, about 23 years ago, I think it is now, about 23 years ago or so, I was at the mall. I was living in Michigan during this time. Oh, wait. Carly says, the call of dropped my remote. That was a call you got? You know what? I can see that happening. Like an elderly person or whichever calling in. I remember calls like that. I do. I remember some calls like that where they dropped something or something that they needed or whichever, and they needed help. And we sent somebody out there. We sent somebody out to help them out. So going back to this, the number 10 of the top 10 nuisance calls for 2023, the barber gave them a bad haircut. So 23, 24 years ago or so, I am at the mall. I'm at the mall with my eldest son, and he was a baby, and he was in his car seat, and he's asleep. I was at the mall because I went there to get my hair cut. Okay? I went there to get my hair cut. Also, I had recently gotten I got an eyebrow piercing. I got a barbell. Okay? It was fresh. It was only maybe 2 weeks old. Okay? And if you're queasy, if you have a weak stomach, I'm just warning you right now. It's a kind of a funny story. What I'm getting at, though, is even after what happened to me, I would not have called 911. Okay? I would not have. So I'm sitting there, and it's the manager. She's cutting my hair. They were really busy, so she jumped in to help out, and she was going to cut my hair. And my eldest son, Richie, is again in his car seat, just chilling because he's asleep, and getting my hair cut and everything. And I say to the person, please be careful because and for those who are watching on Instagram, apparently Instagram only goes for an hour, and we've been on here more than an hour, so your feed might shut off. It might shut off, and I apologize, but that's just how Instagram is. So, I tell her to be careful when she's combing forward because I don't want her to, hit my eyebrow piercing. Because again, it was still fresh, okay? And I am sitting there, we're talking. Oh, wait, Char goes, "Oh God, why do I think I know where you're going with this story?" Well, we shall see. So I'm sitting there, we're talking and everything, and I say to her, "You know, my mom is a hairstylist as well. She's been one for as long as I've been alive." And we're just talking, and she ends up saying, um, well, we're going through it, right? She starts combing forward, and when she combs forward, the barbell, she gets it stuck on the comb and pulls it and yanks, and I just remember going, "Oh, oh," and she pulls the comb back forward or backward, I mean, and she's like, "I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I thought I had enough room there." I'm like, "It's okay. It's okay. No worries." So we continue. She goes to comb forward again, and a second time, dude, a second time, she hits it. And now I'm getting annoyed, but I had to hold it. I had to hold it in. And I'm like, It's okay. Just please, please be careful and don't try not to do it again, please. So we're there talking, and I can see like she's scared. Okay. And then she seems to get comfortable. And then a third time, a third time, she ends up hitting it. But this time, when she does it, she yanks, and I hear, and the barbell is hanging down by my eye, and I am just bleeding down the side of my face. And I remember just going, and I said, "Stop, stop, not in the name of love or not hammer time and not collaborate and listen. Just stop." And she goes, "I'm sorry." And I said, "That's the third time. I'm not paying for this haircut. I'm done. I'm walking out." She went off on me. She went off as I'm there bleeding, and she goes, "You're not leaving until you pay for this, or I'm gonna call security and the police." Now, most people would say, "Go ahead and call them, and I'll show them what happened." But I didn't, because my infant son, who was in his car seat sleeping, I didn't want anything crazy to happen. He's with me. So I said, "Fine." I paid. I paid. Yeah, I know. All of you are probably like, "Dude, why?" Yeah, I did pay. I even left a little tip. That's not because I'm stupid. That's because my mom is a hairstylist, and she has told me always, tip your stylists because they don't make a lot of money and they work really hard. And even though this person jacked my face up, yes, Rue. Yeah, you are too nice. Yes, I am. Even though this person jacked me up like that, I still paid. But I didn't want to cause a commotion or anything, especially because I had my baby boy there. And I remember I left, and again, I'm bleeding, and I get home, and his mom ends up coming home from work, and our son is in his little play thing. I can't even think of the name. He's in there just chilling, playing. I'm looking into the bathroom mirror, and I'm trying to untwist the barbell. The two pieces, you have to twist them because they unscrew. But I was bleeding enough that I couldn't get a grip on them. So I'm trying. Did this for almost an hour in all kinds of pain. I finally get it, but just you have to imagine though that it's going up and down as I'm trying to get a grip to turn it. And my kid's mom, she comes in and finds me doing this. She's like, "Oh my God, Rich, what happened?" Because nobody where I lived in Michigan, my eldest son's mom, or even my younger kid's mom, because I had my eldest with another person in a previous relationship. And then years later, I met my wife and stuff, and we had our kids. But she got home, and what I was getting at is nobody calls me Ricardo. They call me Rich. I don't even know that a lot of people that I went to school with know that my name is Ricardo because everyone called me Rich. But all of you know me as Ricardo, my real name. So anyway, she's like, "Oh my God, Rich, what happened?" And I tell her what happened. And she ends up going like I remember her saying, well, she said a bunch of crazy words. Uh but she goes like she's like, "Hell no. I'm going back over there and getting our money back." And I was like, "No, please don't. Just let it go. Enough bullshit has happened." And I was able to take it out finally, and I have a scar there. All of that to say that even with all of that bullshit that happened, the scar that I was left with, me bleeding down the side of my face and everything, and that barbell hanging off a chunk of skin, I would not call 911 because someone jacked up my hair. And on that note, I love you all. Thank you so much for being here with me. This was a lot of fun. It was cool to be able to do this on Instagram too. So I'm going to try to do this on Instagram as well, and then have TikTok over here on the side. See if I can do it all at one time. So we'll see how all of this works, but that was number 10, man. And that's why I had to share that story as well. Some of you know that story, but I wanted to be able to share it. I want to look in the comments here really quick before I say my goodbyes. And let's see. Doug says you should have been wearing Bret Hart sunglasses. Dude, for real. They would have shielded my entire face. It would have happened. Yes. It would have worked. And let's see. Erica, what's up? Girl? She's in there with that kind of look emoji. Yasmin says, heck no. I know, right? Heck no. But yeah, I know. I'm too nice. Carly says, I would have because I'm too nice. Oh, there you go. Okay, cool. Jar says, yep, saw that coming. Ouch, I can feel the pain. You are too nice. You had full rights to go Karen on her ass. Dude, for real. I should have, but I didn't. I was concerned about my baby boy, man. I didn't want to do anything that would get me like destroyed. Let's see. Ash over here says, I love listening to your voice, but rarely watch video. I keep saying I'm going to switch, but it's so satisfying when I get to see your videos. Yeah, awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. Angie says, yeah, but Karen would have because you didn't pay. You're right. Star says, did you have to get your haircut finished somewhere else? You know, I think I did. I've always had like a set of clippers and everything as well. And my mom has demonstrated. She's shown me how to do it myself. So I can cut it. And I think back when this happened, I might have taken care of some of the pieces, but I went somewhere else to get it all straightened out because my hair looked like fucking Picasso type. It was all messed up, man. It was all messed up. But yeah, it was good. But I've told that story to my mom and she's like, mijo, no. I would not have. No, you shouldn't have paid. You should not have paid. You should have just left. You should have got Richie and just left. And I said, but Mom, you're always telling me that I should. And, I mentioned what she told me about tipping and she goes, well, I raised a good son. But she's like, but I would not have. Oh, this is great. All right. Thank you all very, very much once again for being here. And wait, Char says, not Picasso. You left with both ears. Yeah. Oh, man. Thank you all. What are your numbers at now? As I'm going through the wrap up of this, what are your numbers now on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being shitty, 10 being awesome? Where are you? I'm way above a 10 now, man. This has been so much fun with all of you. I love doing open mic with you and checking in, sharing stories, whether it be 911 stories or personal stories. It has been fun. Nonetheless, so good. And it's going to continue. So if you have any comments, questions, or you ever want to be a guest on the flagship show Within the Trenches podcast, and this is current dispatch or, companies that are out there doing things for 911 solutions or whatever, or also retired dispatchers as well, I am building up my guest list. So if you want to be a guest on the podcast here in 2024, you can hit me up, wttpodcast@gmail.com. You can also become a supporter on patreon.com/wttpodcast or facebook.com/within the trenches podcast/support. But an easier way to do all of that is to simply go to links.co/WTT podcast. And once again, that is links with two eyes, links.co/WTT podcast. You'll find everything there. My email, where to follow on social media, but also where to purchase the Imagine Listening book that is also out on audio for Audible. It's on Audible now as well, and I get to voice it. Or I had the privilege and the honor to voice it. So, Ash, if you want to listen to some more stories and you have Audible, Imagine Listening, Your Worst Day is Our Every Day is there. It's there for everyone to be able to pick up and listen. And please leave a rate and review. Amazing book, powerful stories from 911 professionals from all over the world. And it was an honor to be able to voice the book. It was awesome. Also, where you can pre-order book 2. And if you want to be a guest, there's a link there as well so that you can set up a time with me and schedule. And then also merchandise and all the other stuff. It's all there on that website. And once again, that is linkswithtwoeyes.co/WTT podcast. And I appreciate you all more than you know. This live broadcast has been sponsored by In Digital, a leader next gen core services. Shout out to subscribers of the podcast and those who are sending over stars. All of you, thank you very, very much. And this can be seen on Facebook, YouTube, X, Instagram, and TikTok. You can listen to the flagship show 24/7 on Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify, your favorite podcasting app, and withinthetrenches.net. Have a good one, everyone, and we will see you all next week. Have a good night. Love you all. Cheers.